Good day everyone, we are from Group 3 and welcome to our presentation. Today, my group member and I will presenting our SPEQ 2423 cost estimating coursework based on the selected multipurpose whole project. Throughout this presentation, we will share our estimating process, build-up rate, QS interview finding, and variance analysis. We hope you will find our presentation informative. Without further ado, let's begin.
For the first one, I will be presenting information about project we selected for this assignment, which is cadangan membina sebuah Dewan Serbaguna Setingkat. The project is located at Batu Pahat, Johor, and the project year is 2018. The building type is a single-story multi-purpose hall. For this coursework, we used the existing price BQ from the same selected project as the main pricing reference. This is because the price BQ is directly related to the project scope, item description, and specification. This project was selected because it contains complete drawing and bill of quantities, which is suitable for cost estimating analysis. Therefore, it allows us to prepare both the preliminary estimate and the detailed estimate for comparison. For this project, there are several reasons why it was selected for our cost estimating coursework. First, this project is suitable for both preliminary and detailed estimating. This is because we can apply the floor area method and PDA for the early estimate, and then use BQ and build-up rates for the detailed estimate. Second, the project has complete drawing and bill of quantities. This helps us to understand the building scope and identify the items that need to be priced. Third, the existing price BQ from the same project can be used as the main pricing reference. This makes our pricing more relevant because the rates are based on the same project scope. Lastly, this project has a BQ required because our report focuses on bill number 1, which is preliminaries, and bill number 4, which is the building itself, multipurpose hall. These two bills are suitable because they can cover the main scope required for our detailed estimating work.
For this part, I will briefly explain the PDA result. The gross floor area was obtained from the GFA calculation in the Excel worksheet based on the project area breakdown. The cost rate per meter square was referred from the GKR publication cost per meter persegi bangunan using Dewan Serbaguna as reference item because it is similar to my selected project. For the PDA allowance, the main percentage allowance were referred from similar project, which is Dewan Serbaguna Kampung Permatang. Per term kepada batas, the professional fees were referred from the Dewan Muafakat Johor project, while the contribution fees, contingency, and pre-development costs were based on a quantity surveyor interview. Based on the PDA calculation, the final estimated project cost is 3,230,101 ringgit and 30 cents. Therefore, the PDA gives more complete preliminary estimate because it includes the building works cost together with the allowance and project-related costs. The PDA calculation shows the final preliminary estimate for the project. The PDA starts with the building works estimate of 2,147,940 ringgit. After adding preliminaries, internal service, external works, and contingencies, the provision for construction became 2,796,621 ringgit and 3 cents. Then, other project-related costs were added, including contribution fee, local and utility authority, pre-development costs, and professional fees. After all components were included, the total estimate project cost from the PDA is 3,230,101 ringgit and 3 cents. This amount is higher than the floor area method estimate because the PDA include more cost allowance and project-related costs. Therefore, the PDA gives a clearer and more complete preliminary estimate before the detailed price bills of quantities is prepared. Here is the full PDA calculation.
Good day everyone, my name is Eng Shulan. So now I will present phase 2, which is the detailed estimating and industry engagement section. In this phase, we focus on preparing detailed cost estimation using the bills of quantities or BQ. The main purpose is to develop build-up rates, also known as BUR, for selected construction items. This process is based on the price BQ from reference project, and the rates are adjusted using year factor and locality factor to reflect current market conditions in Johor. This phase covers two main sections, which are Bill number 1 for preliminaries and Bill number 4 for multi-purpose whole works. In this phase, we focus on how each rate is constructed. In terms of pricing strategy, each unit rate is developed using the build-out rate method, starting from a price BQ as a reference. Each BOR is constructed based on key cost components, which include material costs, labor costs, plant and equipment costs, and contractors' overhead with profit. To ensure the rates are realistic, adjustments are applied using both the yield factor and locality factor. This helps to reflect current market conditions and project location. Overall, this method ensures that the pricing is consistent with construction practices and reliable cost data sources such as JKR rates and market references. Finally, the output of this phase can be summarized in a simple flow. We start with BQ data, then develop build-out rates, followed by applying the yield and locality adjustment, and finally, produce the final price BQ. This process converts reference pricing into an updated and realistic construction cost estimate. This output will be used as the basis for phase 3, which is the variance analysis between preliminary estimate and the detailed price BQ.
Good day everyone, my name is Jen. So in this session, I will present 4.0 price adjustment using cost index. The purpose of price adjustment is to update the original 2018 price bill of quantities so that the construction rates reflect the current estimating basis. This is because construction costs are not constant and may change over time due to inflation and fluctuations in material price, labor wage, and other market conditions. Besides that, construction costs may also vary according to the project locations. Therefore, this study applied two adjustment factors, namely the yield factor adjustment and locality factor adjustment, before incorporating the update rates into the price bill of quantities. Firstly, the yield factor adjustment was carried out by using the Construction Cost Index or CCI. The original construction rates were updated by comparing the cost index of estimating year with the best year. This ensured that the rates reflect the current market conditions. Next, the locality factor adjustment was applied because the project is located in Rengek Batu Pahat, Johor. This adjustment accounts for regional difference in construction costs such as transportation, labor availability, and local market conditions. Finally, the adjusted rate were applied to bill number B1 preliminaries to obtain the final price bill of quantities, resulting in a more accurate and reliable cost estimate for the project.
There are several reasons why the variance occurs between the preliminary estimate and the detailed price bill of quantity. Firstly, for the building work, the PDA was prepared using the floor area method during the early planning stage. Since only limited project information, such as the gross floor area, was available, the estimate was based on an average construction cost per square meter instead of detailed quantity measurement. In contrast, the detailed price bill of quantity was prepared using measured quantity and build-out rate, together with the supplier quotation, labor cost, plant cost, and the relevant year and locality adjustment. Therefore, the detailed estimate provides a more accurate representation of the actual construction costs.
Secondly, for the preliminaries, the PDA adopted a fixed 5% allowance, whereas the detailed bill number 1 priced each preliminary item individually according to the actual project requirements. As a result, the detailed preliminary cost was higher than the preliminary allowance estimate in the PDA. These findings are also consistent with our interview with the quantity surveyor, who explained that the preliminary estimate commonly use percentage allowance, while detailed pricing is based on actual project requirements and current market conditions. Overall, the variance obtained in this study are considered reasonable because detailed estimating is supported by more complete project information, resulting in a more reliable cost estimate.
In conclusion, this project shows that the preliminary estimating and detailed estimating serve different purposes in construction process. Preliminary estimating is useful during the early planning stage because it provides a quick cost estimate for budgeting and feasibility studies. However, since it is based on the assumption and percentage allowance, the estimate cost may differ from the actual project cost. On the other hand, detailed estimating uses measured quantity, build-up rate, and current market price, making it more reliable and accurate for tendering and cost control. Therefore, both estimating methods are important and complement each other in supporting effective construction cost planning and project management. This is all for our presentation on the cost estimating analysis report for the selected multi-purpose hall project. Thank you very much for your attention.